Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Eric Coffin, HR Advisories. I'm here at the Metal Investor Forum ahead of PDAC in Toronto, February 27, 2026. As you can imagine, we're in a bull market, so things are a little crazy here. The agenda's a bit packed. I tried to restrain myself and not invite too many companies. One of the companies I did invite was Torr Metals, and that's TMET on venture. Torr is an early stage. I mean, I view it as an early stage company. It's what I would call a pre-discovery company. Malcolm Dorsey, the CEO, might not agree with me on that. We'll find out in a second. But it's one where if you're buying now, you're buying into the concept. You're buying into the team's potential to make a discovery, and of course, the geology of the projects that they're working on. I think it's a pretty good combination, and at this price, I think the risk reward's pretty good. It's a pre-discovery story. So, I mean, the drill gods have got a smile on them for the stock to really take off. But I think your risk reward at this stage ahead of another drill campaign is actually pretty good. So, can you fill us in, Malcolm, on what's the timeline look like right now? I mean, I know you've got a pre-funded drill campaign, if you want to put it that way. I mean, obviously you got to work around the weather and stuff in South Central BC. So what does it look like timing wise?
Yeah, so in terms of timing, I'd agree with you that it's pre-discovery stage. That's the opportunity that we have here. Our main focus is on our flagship Colos Copper Gold project in southern BC, just south of the city of Kamloops. So the great thing in terms of weather-wise and being able to operate year-round, this is certainly an area you can operate in year-round. We haven't this year, but we did finish up drilling into early December of last year, just to demonstrate the ability that you can do that. It's been a mild winter as well, so
there isn't much snowpack.
No, there's not much snow up there. Yeah. So we are looking to, out of the first phase of drilling that we did 2,700 meters into a brand new target. We've defined 4 brand new copper gold porphyry targets. All of them are highly compelling. So we start by drilling the first one, in which we see a lot of native copper. We see oxidation that turned out to go down to over 600 meters vertical depth. So this is a large hydrothermal copper system. What we did determine was that we're on the periphery of this porphyry system, which is often you're drilling these large systems. It's going to take a little bit of drilling till you can vector in, especially as there was no historical drilling before that we're working with. But we see a reason the vectors were indicating that things are improving in terms of mineralization, alteration, vectoring more towards the potential source of the porphyry towards the northeast of where we did drill. And with that, we need to expand our IP first to cover that area. Based on the IP results, that'll determine when we mobilize to drill. But
okay, one question I've got is you said your oxidation is down to 600 meters at that target. I mean, normally IP, you're looking for sulfides. I mean, IP is sort of the geophysical tool for porphyries. It was designed to find porphyries when they first designed it. But does oxidation down to 600 meters kind of screw that up? I mean, in terms of trying to find chargeability anomalies?
Yeah, in terms of chargeability anomalies, so the oxidation, I think certainly it's concentrated along a pickrite contact, pickrite being a very reactive ultramafic rock, very iron rich. With that, it concentrated those mineralizing fluids, that oxidation front, along the margins of the pickrite. So that chargeability anomaly certainly turned out to also be indicative of where the oxidation occurs. It also had mineralization within it, so we had about 68 in individual intervals of native copper that we encountered. Some discrete grades up to 0.44% copper over just under a meter, and within larger envelopes of sub-economic to not economic, but highly anomalous copper, right, over 100-meter intervals that were very consistent and coherent. What it is, though, it shows us a leakage feature. We need to trend towards the northeast. This is where we see the potential for a large intrusive body. Based on observations at surface, we found intrusions with the pyritic halo. Need to extend the IP up in that direction. So to answer the original question, looking to mobilize as soon as March here. to start the IP, and then drilling will follow after that.
And with the drilling, I mean, is the plan right now to just go back to that target, which I believe is Bertha, or have you got some meters you can kind of, you got a couple of the other targets where it's like, yeah, maybe we should stick a hole or two in that, give it a shot. I mean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so we'll do the IP to see what happens to the northeast of Bertha. There's one single shallow drill hole that was done up there in 1971 as well. They encountered 3 meters of almost 1% copper. With that, they never sampled the rest of the hole, just that one section.
Right.
So it adds to the value of what we're seeing to the northeast, contingent on IP results. But we do have another porphyry target in the Bertha area. So we're calling that the Bertha North target.
Right.
It's about 1.4 kilometers to the northwest. And within that, we see a very strong porphyry signature in the geophysics, large-scale overlapping geochemistry, strong copper grades in soil, together with high magnetic anomaly, high resistive cap, indicative of potential alteration,
Right.
and an underlying chargeability. So that, too, is a very prospective porphyry target. So we'll be dedicating some meterage to that.
Okay.
At the same time that we're drilling, looking at the Bertha area. And then with that, we do have some optionality here in terms of we have 3 other targets on the property. We're not going to go drill all of them right away, but we'll do it systematically. Start with the Bertha area, and then we'll see where we move at that point.
Okay. Okay. And you had a bit of news out on your Ontario project that I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't even realize existed until I read the news release. And you've expanded that quite a bit to pick up the whole corridor. I know, I mean, that one to me sounds like it's quite early stage. Like in my mind, you're a couple of programs away from having real drill targets on it. I mean, what are you thinking there? Is that something where you look for a partner, or you just see how things look in terms of capital availability? I mean, it sounds like a pretty interesting project, but it's a big sucker that's going to take you some work to sort of narrow down target areas, I would think.
Yeah, and that's our Fillion Gold project. It's right along the Trans-Canada Highway 11, just west of Kapuskasing. So it's same MO as all our projects. They're direct highway access. We can operate year-round. With that, it is 202 square kilometers. So I put that out there as a reminder to the market that we do have a gold project, 100% owned in Northern Ontario. It's in an area that's been massively underexplored. So of the total project area, we have 60 kilometers of a gold-bearing structure. Only 8% has been explored, and we've basically been the ones who have done all that exploration in the last 2 years. And what we did is we finally found the location of some historical trenching, 900 meters strike length. And that trenching has sat largely dormant for 80 years.
Right.
So we're really the first ones back in there. We took some samples across 140 meter strike length of those trench networks, and we came back with grades up to 13.1 grams per ton gold.
Right.
So we now know there is a reason for gold mineralization in outcrop that's feeding the soil anomalies that we previously determined last year. We have 2 clusters of over a gram per ton gold in soil.
Right.
So highly prospective. I think what I'm seeing is we have a strategic focus on copper gold in southern BC. This is because we're surrounded by 9 major mining companies. If you're looking for where copper production is, that's where it is in Canada. So let's stay in the middle of that. But at the same time, we have that optionality of the Fillion Gold project having an orogenic gold project. And so we'll be investigating various options that will bring shareholder value for ways that we could advance the Fillion project, while we focus largely solely on the Colos project.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, like I said, pre-discovery, but in a bull market, things can change in the blink of an eye. One good drill hole, and you're off to the races big time. And those of you who know me, and certainly subscribers know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. I love discovery plays and drill plays. So, I'm a shareholder. I think it's a really interesting story. Good chance to take a look at it now before the drill pit starts turning again. TMET on the venture. Thanks for coming by, Malcolm.
Yeah, and thanks for having me here.